Hi everyone, it's Jack from Jack's English, and today's Ask Jack question is, what's the difference between lend and borrow? I've had this question so many times, and a lot of my learners have struggled with the difference. It's a simple lesson today, but let's start out with a dialogue to see the words in context. Hey Jack, can I borrow $10? The last time I lent you $10, you didn't pay me back. Ah yes, then can I borrow 10 and pay back 20? I guess so, but this is the last time I lend you money. Okay, did you understand the dialogue? Let's look at the verbs lend and borrow more closely. Lend means to allow someone to use something with the agreement that it will be returned. Now this is an irregular verb, so be careful with the past tense. It's lent, as you can see in the dialogue. Now the key point about the word lend is it's to give. The important thing is the direction. You are giving something temporarily. Now borrow, on the other hand, means to take and use something from someone with the agreement that you will return it. So this is the taker, the person taking the item temporarily. So the big difference between lend and borrow is the direction of the action. Lend is to temporarily give, borrow is to temporarily take. Let's look at these two verbs in some example sentences. Can I borrow your car for the weekend? This means that I want to take, to have your car for the weekend only, and then I will return it. Now you can compare this to the next example. Could you lend me your car for the weekend? This is the same question, but I've changed the subject. So I said, could you lend me? So the direction is you are giving to me temporarily. Could I borrow you for a moment? Now this is an interesting one. Sometimes with the word borrow, you can use it for a person. Could I borrow you for a moment? This means I want you for a moment to do something. This is sometimes used in the work environment. You can't talk about people with lend. You don't lend someone. The final example is, I wish I hadn't lent him my PlayStation. Sometimes we lend items and we regret. So you can use the structure, I wish I hadn't lent, meaning you regret. Now, one final tip. You may have noticed in the dialogue I used pay back. This is a very common phrasal verb with borrow and lend because it means to return money. You return the money you owe them. So this is a great phrasal verb with today's lesson. Okay, so that's today's lesson, comparing lend and borrow. Hopefully that's more clear for you now. How about you? Have you ever lent something to someone and they didn't give it back? Let me know in the comments below and I'll check for you. Thanks very much for watching today's Ask Jack lesson. I'll be back very soon with more content, so please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful week and see you very soon. Bye bye.